Thanks for staying with us. It was Saturday. They were just driving down 485 headed to Carowinds. So you can imagine, right, the excitement in their van. Rides, food, and fun just moments away. But they never made it. In a blink came a collision, a swerve, a crash. Heartbreak.
He meant the world to me, and still, all of them still does. And I hate this. I hate it. It's just like a big dream to me.
Cameron Wood, 8 years old. Addison and Brynlyn Holmes, 3 and 1, were in that van, along with 27-year-old Samuel Holmes and 23-year-old Taylor Willis. All were killed.
It was hard to walk back in the house, especially when you go down the hallway. You had to pass where they was sleeping.
Highway Patrol says their vehicle was riding in the right lane of 485 when another vehicle, a Honda CR-V, moved over from the center lane and collided with the van, sending both into a tractor-trailer parked on the side of the road. The 16-year-old driver of the Honda was also killed. 6 lives lost in all. It's hard to get it out of your head because we've all been there in a vehicle full of anticipation on our way somewhere. So it could really have been any of us riding in that van. We now know the National Transportation Safety Board is assisting Highway Patrol in the investigation. We also found out state investigators have described the crash as a partial underride, meaning both vehicles in part slid under the tractor trailer after making impact.
Underride is a big problem in this country. It's been going on for decades, and it's time to do something about it.
Lois Durso lost her daughter in an underride crash back in 2004, and she's been pushing for change. Now, again, important to point out here, the investigation into Saturday's crash is ongoing. A full report is likely weeks or even months away, so we don't know fully what role the underride played in those fatalities. But we do know, broadly speaking, those types of crashes are often just horrible. And the reasons are obvious. Trailers ride higher than the front of passenger vehicles. They can go underneath, shearing the top off the car.
So the tragic thing about underride is that they are so dangerous and deadly because most of the technology that's been put into the passenger vehicle, the car, minivan, SUV, can't do its job in an underride crash. So all this front structure oftentimes is completely bypassed.
So basically what you're saying is that if the windshield, for example, is really making the first impact, airbags aren't going off, nothing is really there to protect you.
Absolutely. The airbags might deploy, but it's not going to be an effective deployment. Yeah, so you're exactly right. All of that structure that's been designed in to crush and absorb energy and slow you down over a longer period of time is completely bypassed.
Matt Brumbelow is a principal research engineer at the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety. The organization has been pushing for better safeguards. When you drive down the highway, you will notice rear guards on trailers. They are required by law. And this here is IIHS crash video showing the difference a well-designed guard can make. That car is stopped before going underneath.
Do they work? Are those saving lives?
That's a really good question. So the rear underride guards have been a federal requirement in the U.S. For many years. The Institute and others petitioned to have those rules upgraded when we found that they were often failing at 35 miles an hour or lower. And unfortunately, NHTSA denied a lot of our petition requests, so they did essentially adopt the standard that was already in place in Canada back in 2022. And so that is an improvement, but where they're really lacking is still in offset crashes. So if you're not striking this very center of the trailer, the protection isn't going to be as good. The good news there, though, is a lot of trailer manufacturers have voluntarily equipped better underride guards than they're required to on their trailers. So we do, from crash testing, know that those are saving lives and preventing injuries.
But here's the thing. Those guards are not required along the sides of trailers. Data is limited because not every state actually codes underride crashes. But a 2012 Insurance Institute study found strong side underride guards have the potential to reduce injury risk in about 3/4 of cases where a passenger sustained a serious injury. The Institute estimates if side guards were mandatory, they would save up to 220 lives a year.
We have asked the federal government to look at that, and we do think in many use cases that would be practical. So that's kind of the big argument against them, is that it takes weight out that you can't then load the trailer, or in some environments you might hang the guard up as you're going over a railroad crossing, for example. But all of the data that we have suggests those would be very small exceptions that we would need, and the vast majority of trailers on the road should be able to have side underride guards.
When you see a headline of another crash similar to these kinds of things you're describing, and you know things aren't changing, how does that hit you? Are we costing lives here in the country right now?
We're absolutely costing lives on a daily basis in underride crashes, both side and rear underride crashes. Again, technology to fix this problem is available. It's not extremely difficult to engineer. And so it is extremely frustrating, both as a researcher, but just as a fellow citizen, to know that lives are being lost every day because of this.
Now, again, a lot to still sort out in Saturday's crash. We will certainly keep you updated on the investigation.